Hey everyone, what is going on? It is Foul Play here, and we are back again for another modern video today. Before I get into the deck tech and the league, I just wanted to just keep people up to date of recent Bogle events online. So we've sort of had a few 5-0s semi-recently. There's actually been a couple of Bant lists which have popped up. So we'll just do a few quick shout outs there because it's great to see people in the community putting up numbers. So we've got Kakilia Berkeriq, who got a 5-0 with this Bant list, running the Force Negation, 8 hexproof creatures, land base, 3 Arcane Flight, some Curious Obsessions, Ethereal Armor, Rancors, Hyena Umbras, Daybreak, Spirit Mantle, full 4 Staggering Insight. Sideboard wise, with some Damping Spheres, Gadok Teague, interestingly enough, Nature's Chant, also interestingly enough, Rest in Peace, Suppression Field, and Leyline of Sanctity. We got Mengli here as well. So yeah, this is pretty much just a mirror list here. Sideboard slight change of Nature's Chant or Natural's Chant for Nature's Claim here. Other than that, it looks pretty similar. And instead of... they've got Stony Silence and Rest in Peace here and a Path instead of Suppression Field. We've got Rostocker here as well. This one's actually playing Core Spirit Dancer in it. This is just a green-white list, actually. Sorry about that. But yeah, running Soul Guide Lantern over here. No Lurus, but Soul Guide Lantern as the Graveyard Hate. Interestingly enough, still Suppression Field making an appearance in some number as well. All right, and here's the real spice. Here's the creme de la creme. So we have Reynad here with the spiciest list I've seen in a long time. This was something I tried to make happen, but I couldn't find it. I couldn't make it happen. Reynard's actually made it work. So he's done a Hammer Time list. So he's got the Colossus Hammer, he's got the Steel Shaper's Gift, and it's sort of a hybrid between the old red-white list that we're running around and Bogles. So he's got the Gladecover Scout in there, he's still got the Korg Duelist, which gets double strike while equipped. He's got the Core Outfitter for an ETB to attach the equipment onto a creature. He's got the Stoneforge Mystic as well to get it into play, to tutor it out. Magnetic Theft to attach it to a creature. Silence, interestingly enough, Steel Shaper's Gift, so, and open the armory here as well. Colossus Hammer, Shadow Spear, Sigarda's Aid. So it looks like this player is actually running 12 ways to get the Colossus Hammer onto the creature, and 15 copies of Colossus Hammer are ways to get it, essentially, because you got the Stoneforge Mystic, the Steel Shaper's Gift, the Open the Armory, and the copies of Colossus Hammer itself. So pretty exciting. Looking over to the sideboard, though, it gets even spicier, believe it or not. We've got Glistener Elf in here for the Infect win. We've got Slippery Bogle as well, so I suppose in removal heavy matches or Red Prowess matches, he hinges a little bit more on the Bogle. Rest in Peace, Silence. So yeah, that's absolutely spicy. Really, really crazy. Just again, real quick before getting into the leg, looking here at like the metagame breakdown thing, Hammer Time's actually jumped up to 5.2% in the last 7 days here, with Omnath still staying really high at 5.2, Tima Uro high, Burns high, Sultai, all of that stuff. So yeah, the list I'm going to be running here slightly different to what I talked about at the end of yesterday's video. Yesterday's video, I had 4 Rancor suggested and like 2 Path main deck. I decided to change that out to flex in some more cards into the sideboard. So here I've got sort of my stock 20 lands, with 8 fetches, 4 shock lands with the 2 Hallowed Fountain, 1 Breeding Pool, 1 Temple Garden, 1 Raised Verge Thicket, 1 Horizon Canopy, 4 Mana Confluence, and the 2 basics. With this land base, it gives me pretty consistent double colors to get to double blue, double white, and only 2 lands in my deck don't tap for green, which are the 2 basics here. Oh, sorry. Only 4 lands, the Hallowed Fountains as well. Sorry about that. So yeah, pretty high success rate on being able to cast Glade Cover Scout. I am actually trying 2 Invisible Stalkers in here because I've been feeling lately that 8 hexproof creatures aren't enough. Like, I'm mulling a lot more than what I'd like to. So we'll try 10, see what happens. We have got the Force Negation to help protect them when we're on the play as well. So full play sets of our Ethereal Armor, our Hyena Umbra, our Curious Obsession, and our Daybreak Coronet. We've got the 3 Rancor, the 3 Staggering Insight, the 1 Sentinels. Yeah, the full set of the Force Negation and the 3 Path to Exiles. Sideboard-wise, I'm continuing on my thinking Surgical Extraction is an excellent card. It's in there as a 2-up. 2-up seems like very, very important for if you come up against these Stoneforge Mystic decks. Maybe you're happy to have it as just as a buy, but I'm not really. Not yet. Of course, we've got Tails End in here as well. To interact with Blast Zone type effects, which is pretty spicy, pretty fantastic. Can counter legendary spells as well. Moving on to the Spice Wheel, we've also got Brazen Borrower as a way to bounce and Snaring Bridge with the creature attached. I'm also bringing back into Fairy Time Raveler as a way to interact with my opponent's creatures as well. I should be good against those control decks that like to Cryptic Command us and take extra turns, things like that. Even against Terminus, this is like really, really excellent because they're not going to be able to cast it at instant speed, right? And Leyline of Sanctities as well. So yeah, that's the list I'm running today. I'm pretty excited for it. We'll just get into a league now. Alright, so opponents on the play. We lost the draw. They're on the play. We're versing Freydev 1988. This hand looks absolutely perfect. We've got a turn 2 attack for 4, draw a card. Seems really good. Force of Negation back up to protect our hand as well. And the right mana to cast our auras and our creatures. Yeah, looking really good here. So we're going to keep. Opponent also keeps. Spire Bluff Canal. Wonder if this is the Jeskai Madcap. We've been seeing a decent amount. It could just be Storm. Red Mana. Greater Gargantuan. Ooh. We're versing Restore Balance. Well, we have got these wonderful Force of Negations here in hand. So let's just go ahead, lead on our Glade Cover Scout. This is normally a really, really difficult matchup, but if any Bogles version is going to stand a chance here, it's going to be the one with Force of Negations. I'm going to tell you that much right now. So plan will be to pitch the Bogle to the Force of Negation if there's like a relevant spot too. Alright, let's go ahead. We'll get out this Hallowed Fountain. Here comes the Spice. We'll get that draw train started. We'll get that clock started. And Force of Negation back up. Absolutely perfect. Oh, opponent goes Force of Negation, pitching Ancestral Vision. That's unfortunate for us. I really needed that one to resolve for a decent clock. Now I sort of feel like we're in a much weaker spot. We could draw a blue aura, which will be good. Force Negation. I think realistically we need to draw another card draw aura to add the appropriate power. I guess we can hard cast Force of Negation from next turn as well, so that's an option. Thing is, depends on what enabler my opponent has. They could have the enchantment. They could have... Alright, we're just getting in there for 2. They could have Electro Dominance. And I feel a lot worse if I run into Crashing Foothills. I think that's probably going to be the spot where I lose the game more often. So I'm just going to be more inclined to counter the enabler. Opponent is very light on mana though, which is a blessing in disguise for us, right? Let's play this Hyena Umbra that we just drew. That's going to speed up our clock, make our attacks that little bit better, and we can still cast double Force Negation during our opponent's turn if we need to. Preferably, I'd want to be holding the mana up here, but I can't justify not casting Hyena Umbra there. Or Simian Spirit Guide. Well, as foretold, we'll just go ahead and counter that one. I think I'm fine them having the effects in hand. Man. We're very heavy in non-aura spells, but at the same time, what we've had has been very good so far. Opponent is all the way down to 8 though. 2 more attacks and they are dead. Ancestral Vision coming off of Suspend here. We will let them draw the cards. I'm just going to counter the effect like another As Foretold. Alright, so let's go ahead and counter that one. I'm going to crack this. I should be getting a Hallowed Fountain there. That's a mistake. Let's just hardcast this and hardcast this. So that's 2 As Foretold's down. Oh, wow. Rancor. Well, that's going to get us very close to the win here. 1 point off winning. Oh, yikes. Don't do this to me, opponent. I guess I shouldn't hard yield the turn. They're going to go for it if they've got it. Serum Visions. Okay. Okay. 2 cards on top with the Serum Visions. That's a little bit scary. If they start sacking lands, that's when we know we're in big, big trouble. Right now, they're on 1 health. 1 more attack, we get there. We don't quite have the trample damage to beat the Crashing Foothills. Simian Spirit Guide. Looks like Electro Dominance. Suspends Greater Gachidon. Plays the Electro Dominance. Finds the fucking Restore Balance. Okay. I don't know. Maybe I should have been going for the Restore Balance there instead of... I was very scared of Crashing Foothills though. Oh man, he's got 1 card left in hand. Choose a land I control. I just lose this Temple Garden here. Sacrifice the rest. Oh, wait. Cancel. So we'll choose our Mana Confluence here is probably going to be the best one to keep. Sacrifice all creatures I control. Done. 1 card left in hand. Opponent has 1 card left in hand. We can get out our Slippery Bogle. Opponent is getting out this Greater Gargantuan. We do actually get to keep a land. Our opponent hasn't quite sequenced this properly. Oh, we're taking 9 damage here. Fuck. That gets haste. Alright, never mind. I thought we had it. I think playing the first Force Negation the way we did was fine. Playing the second one, we misplayed it. Alright, well, Teferi looks really, really good here. I don't think Restore Balance is legendary. I'm just going to check real quick. Alright, so both Restore Balance and Electro Dominance are just instants and sorceries, no other typings. A little bit unfortunate for us. Teferi is going to be really good. Path is going to be pretty weak. I think maybe like a random Brazen Borrower would be good as well, but Teferi is going to stop them from casting their spell at instant speed, so it just shuts down their whole deck. Yeah, so we're just going to submit this. Brazen Borrower is, I guess, a little bit of an efficiency swap for Path. It's not really that efficient. It sounds awful. We throw it. This hand is very strong. The only weakness is it starts on turn 2. I still think it's worth the keep. Okay. So I think the best line is just bottom Horizon Canopy here. Well, this is, I guess, an argument for the extra 2 creatures because I would have been very unlikely to keep this hand with just Brazen Borrower in it, but with Invisible Stalker as a 9 and 10 slot creature, it's actually made it a keepable hand. I guess maybe Brazen Borrower would be better served as a counterspell. This is like a very rough matchup though. I think we could have got there game one. I think it's all on me for misplaying it pretty hard. Well, second Hallowed Fountain is nice. Also, like, my opponent's Force of Negation was very, very good, right? Getting rid of the Curious Obsession. Opponent with the opt in response to Invisible Stalker. So Invisible Stalker with the pro of being unblockable makes me less scared of crashing foothills. It's still a very quick clock though. So he opts to the top last turn, and with Serum Visions he puts one top, one bottom. And currently he's still setting up here. I think we just go all in here on our creature. Maybe we draw Force of Negation off the attack. It's likely that my opponent will look to counter the Ethereal Armor here. And then I'll be able to resolve Curious Obsession. I'm more interested in resolving the Curious Obsession than what I am the Ethereal Armor. Like, both are really, really good, but Curious Obsession is what is going to get me that card advantage that I really need to try and draw my own Force of Negations. Damn, we draw Mana Confluence. I guess we hope they don't go off this turn. If they do, we might be in a lot of trouble. As foretold, with 1 mana up as well. Or with 2 mana up? No, 1 mana up. There's the Restore Balance. I discard the rest. Well, we want to keep the Brazen Borrower for sure. Question is, do we want to bounce this As Foretold to our opponent's hand? I think it's probably better off playing Brazen Borrower in step. Yeah, I think I like just casting Brazen Borrower here. Opponent with the opt. Opponent also brought in their own Brazen Borrower. So they opted to the top of their library. I smell a Is It Charm here. That's a good fucking find. Well done. Good draws. Well, if we draw Teferi, we can still get out of this, but we've drawn literally just land. I think we drew a High Umbra actually, or an Ethereal Armor. That's not quite fair, but we've drawn very poorly. Our opponent's drawn very well. Or we've drawn very poorly. I don't know. I can't say if my opponent's drawn well or not, but their hand has been very impactful. Now they've got these Rhinos on board. We're in a lot of trouble now. Now, Teferi, a turn late. We could have stopped them from casting this. This could have been uncastable. I guess we play it and bounce a Rhino. Maybe it's correct to just leave it in hand. I guess if we bounce a Rhino, we get a free card draw. Alright. Fucking, yeah, that's about right. We draw even more mana. Cool. Cool. Alright. This a bit of a feels bad here. Bit of a feels bad. This card shuts their deck down so hard. Yeah, my opponent made a good point. They can still play the Crashing Foothills. Well, I guess we're still trying to draw something of any kind of relevance here. Opponent's not the quickest clock on just one Rhino. Yeah. We do find a creature. Let's resolve that while we can. And maybe we draw some good auras to back it up. It will shut down the restore balance. So, no, not quite. Fuck, Asvitold is strong, man. That is so strong. I guess we're just looking to draw Curious Obsessions here. Daybreak's good. We just need something else to enable it now. Good thing is, if we do draw another aura in enough time, we can play around their Izzet Charms as counter magic. Our opponent finds another Asvitold. We find more fucking land. So my opponent got like a sweeper effect here or some more rhinos. Rhinos are sorcery, right? Alright, opponent with these Asvitolds here, 4 cards in hand. I mean, I think it's pretty bleak for us. Greater Gargantuan in exile now. A restore balance as well. Oh man. He's got this into like another rhino, I'm telling you. Oh, he just gets Greater Gargantuan and kills us with Greater Gargantuan. Yeah, cool. GG's. Oh, well, I guess the way that this can interact is it interacts with Electro Dominance, the Teferi does at least. Other than that, we're going to need like Force of Negation to do the real heavy hitting. It's our own fault for misplaying game 1. Our opponent's Force of Negations were pretty good. Got our Ethereal Armor, got our Curious Obsession game 1. I think if I played game 1 a little better, we would have got to a game 3. At which point we would have potentially won game 3 being on the play. I don't know. Well, that was on the play then as well, and we just lost. It's a horrible matchup. Maybe we need more counter magic like Stubborn Denials to interact profitably. Yeah, maybe I'm playing it wrong. Let me know what you think. I think it's a tough matchup. But yeah, definitely open to advice on how to play the matchup better. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video here today. If you did, let me know what you think below. If you're new, subscribe for daily content. All Bogles all the time here, and ring the bell for more. Thank you all. I'll see you next time.